came down from Rangitata this morning and we've been dropped into our posse for 4 or 5 nights. Zoe and I, our first East Coast trip, having a look around for some tahr. Haven't spied anything from the landing site yet, so we're going to walk upstream a little bit. Pretty cool so far. Heard a couple of Kia, and we're not too far from the main divide, so see what we can come across. And then avalanche come down, maybe? Maybe across the river. We're just coming under the maybe a snow bridge here. Just trying to get some elevation. Not seeing too much from down low, so up around this corner intrigues me a little bit. It's up in that basin up there. Just spotted a few coming over the skyline. It's about 5:15. It's a bit later than we used to see them pop out, but we also saw 3 other hunters heading back down the river, so the old public land, they probably said the same about us when the chopper flew in. So we've definitely found where some of them are coming out, not too far from camp. Camp's down there on the flats. We've got a few coming out, ranged about 700, 800, 900 metres up there, and we're not wanting to go too much further and have to race daylight, so we'll either come back up this chute tomorrow morning or go up a chute further down and pop up and see what's up the top. So half a dozen or so. One bull would like to have a closer look at up there, but the sun is going down and it's getting a bit cooler, so we're going to cut a track down to the river and then camps on the flats. Catch you at camp. Back to the hut. Just those 6 animals, but just the one bull that I wanted to go back maybe tomorrow and have another look at. Starting to get dark out there. You can see, probably looks quite light on the camera, but we're back. Lighting the fire, 6:30. Having a cold drink, and we'll think about putting some dinner on. Cheers. Morning of day 2, I guess. Travel day yesterday. Went out for a glass. Saw one, we think, nanny up near where we saw the animals yesterday, so we've got a plan for today. Coffee, a little bit of a fire. And how'd you sleep?
Yeah, not too bad.
My only complaint would be I'm perhaps a little too tall for the beds in here, but any bed in a storm. Cheers. Just loaded up, heading off up towards the saddle. Looks as there's 10 something, but daylight savings changed last night, so we're not quite sure which is which. We're not normally that late to leave camp, so we'll see. We're heading up around that corner and then up to the tops to then go around behind this into where we saw the Tahr last night and this morning. Cruising on up in here somewhere. Down there. Just turned back, kept coming up here and kind of ran out of options, so we're looking at coming back down and then back up another chute maybe somewhere. Haven't seen anything up this way, but the ones we saw are up over the other side of where we're headed. Sort of make sure where we go we can get back down as well, especially if our packs are a bit heavier. Up for a breather. Hot in that sun. And we're going to see if we can carry on up the way or if we've got to go around the place. End plan is to go along that ridge and go that way, up past camp and then come back down the other side of camp with the Tahr. Let's go, let's crest it. Oh wow.
Holy shit.
That's the next creek system over. We made it. Must be the quietest care I've ever heard, where they squawk their guts out. They're not banded. We didn't bring any sunglasses up and the snow is blinding. So just doing what we can, seeing if we can see anything about. I'm sinking. Going down was much easier than going up. Oops. Morning of day 3. We probably ended up spending 4 or 5 hours on the tops yesterday, glassing this catchment, this face up here and the next catchment, and nothing. Might have been too much in the middle of the day, cold, northeasterly whipped up, so we came down. You would have seen us coming down on the video before. So this morning we are trying to see the animals we saw on day 1, and then this afternoon would be the plan would be to get halfway up the hill and wait for them to come out and then go up and intercept somewhere. So, wish us luck. What'd you see, Zos?
I saw one bull standing on the skyline, got the spotter on it, and then Nick has seen like 3 or 4 others just kind of chilling around it.
So it looks like
Moving up.
maybe one mature-ish bull, 2 younger bulls and a nanny at least, and they're moving.
Yeah, moving up.
Moving up. We were going to go up this close catchment today, and they're actually up the next shoot over. So it's good to see something this morning and see where they're going over. Now we're going to make a plan. Can you range them, or are they too far? So yeah, another group coming through on their way up the valley. We're actively hiding from the heat of the day. These guys are out in it. They're going to go and try and bag a peak at lunch, and then might try and have a snooze and wait for the heat of the day to pass before we venture out. It's leaving the birth now. It's about it's about 4:30. We saw some animals moving around at 5:30 on day 1. So add daylight savings to it. It's probably going to be 6:30 tonight, but we'll get along to this first scree slope, park up there for a bit and see what we can't see, and then plan B is the next scree slope up, we think, which is where we saw animals on the skyline this morning. Bearing in mind there's possibly some climbers up the valley. They didn't come back through, they didn't stop anyway, they came back through. So we'll go see what we can find. Picking up that first scree fan, which we probably should have done yesterday. Anyway, here we are. Wind's barrelling up behind us, helping me out with a little bit. Those are spotted a bull. I think she said 480. Just coming out. He's not feeding, but he's coming out towards us. So close the gap. Just a bit windier than I've had much experience in, so just need to think about what to do. We saw a couple of dog bulls coming over the skyline. The biggest one had a nice gap heading that way, kind of skyline off. And there's 2 longer bulls and nannies with some bulls that are under 200, but I don't feel like I climbed all this way for a young one or a nanny, so I'm going to get up some more. Might need to put another layer on soon, it's been pretty cold. I don't know where it come from. Down at where that avalanche finishes, and then down the main river valley. So he said to I move out of the way. I thought, fuck yes. So they've come.
We don't have to go all the way up there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, good eyesight to see that. Keep going, buddy. Well, we had one Tahr further up, but we've reached the limits of our comfort zone. But like we have, it's pretty straight up, and it's starting to freeze over. So that's the main river valley, way in the distance over there. And we're going to feel like back down this. I want to stay off the white stuff. Feel like back down to the Tahr that where we reached it to our feet. So we'll go back there and we'll catch you up there. I'll try to film it, but pretty It's not bad going backwards, but we made a conscious decision not to bring our crampons with us today, but I don't think they'd help in this shit. It's too soft, it's really good. The first one. I'm not sure if we smashed her hill on off coming down the hill or whips the meat off. Yeah, we'll take the heart, we'll have to brush up dinner and then we'll carry on down. Second Uber Eats is down the way somewhere. They're up there on the skyline just watching us. 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. Excuse the zoom, it's just on my phone.
A little bit easier now. A bit looser.
Nice. Those coming down. Headlamp kind of territory because that's what we're looking at. Oh. And we're home. Something in the bushes there moving, must be our resident possum. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, good to be back. Bit of bacon, bit of heart, bit of onion sandwich. If you know, you know. And of course, a bit of fireball. What would a trip be without some fireball? We saved it until after we shot an animal. So, cheers. Warms you up from the inside out. Push back some of the footage from yesterday and realised the microphone was picking up quite a bit of the wind up the hill, so trying a new microphone cover today, and we're in the wind now, so let's see how this goes. Just having a bit of a glass. Middle of the day, but just seeing what's around. The pilot on the way and reckoned on these faces up here. If we looked, he's seen chamois up there before, so letting our eyes do the leg work, letting our legs recover a wee bit before we go anywhere today. You have my seat. You can put your hand on the top. If you look at this end, the mane gets lighter and then there's a head just sitting there. He's just sitting out in the sun. I was holding the top if that helps, putting like downwards pressure on the whole thing. He's got a head at his left end. Looks young. But see, it kind of turns into a bit of a mane looking thing.
Oh, I can see others with nannies.
Oh.
There's nannies with pots set up.
Fuck's sake. You want to get the phone?
Yeah. Well done, that was good
Oh,
spotting.
Nanny.
Fuck's sake, Nick.
I can see her head.
Yeah, that's the only reason I see.
Are we? It's a fucking long way. I think that's that next catchment. I don't think so. I don't know if my legs will do it. Just spotted, I think it looks like a young bull and at least one nanny. The spotter's getting blown around a bit in the wind, so when you're zoomed right in it's real hard to see. So it's got a little hook on it. We're going to hang a bag of rocks off it, and Zoe's just going to grab the phone mount for the spotter and we'll get some footage. This is how the spotter looks in the wind, unfortunately.
was media coverage on this case. I mean, even including statements from investigators about why there was this supposed friction between Mary and this guy.
I think it's Tuesday, which would be day 4. We saw those animals way up. Zoe's ranged them at 1.5 k's, but we're not going after them. But we are headed up around the corner to see what's up round to the left. I think there might be some more shoots. Anyway, we're just gonna glass the shoots from the bottom and see if there's anything moving about. And then on the other side of the river there's a big, almost looks like a glacier, but I think it's just a bunch of avalanches coming down in a big head basin. So we'll go have a look over there. There's not much feed in there, but Tahr have surprised me where they are this trip, so who knows. We went yesterday up the chute and around up in the snow where we turned back. Doesn't look too bad from here. Long way up. We've got a couple of options. I think we've seen 11 or 12 up here, 900 metres, but very steep. I'm not sure which way around this mole will go. And then we've seen, let me see if I can see them, up the valley on this face here there's about 5, but the bull looks to have the biggest sort of mane I think we've seen. Would you agree? One down the end of the valley.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we're going to get up any of that. And then if we're going to be able to see them from the valley floor. Maybe we'll go have a look. Scratch all that I just said. There's a big beautiful blonde mane one up this valley here, so I think they said he was 870 metres, so if we can close the gap, cut it in half, we'll have a go. Just got to get across the big main river. Yeah. You ready? You ready, Zaz? Hey? Okay. Bugger. Clean this. I'm still working out how the trajectory or how the angle affects my dial up, but I dialed up halfway. I've got 300 and 400 metre dial up mark, so I dialed to halfway between the two, and Zoe said I was straight over the top of her. So, well, saved us a bit of a walk. So now I'm not sure what's going on up there, but down here it feels like it's snowing, so we're going to cut a track back to camp. 1.76 k's from camp. Head back to camp and we'll go glass at the last light, and then probably have some backstrap for dinner. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
Doing a backstrap, bacon, onion, egg mix. The only thing's missing is a bit of potato, and we'll put it on a bit of bread for dinner. Looks delish. Fresh off the hill. Not as tender as I would have liked, but delicious. Can't beat it. These Waddies meal for one, ready in 2 minutes. The bomb. We've done it boil in the bag style, and lots of flavours to choose from. And I think they were $3.80 or something on special. Real good. Kind of like the Go Natives. Lots of pasta. Rate them. Morning. It's Wednesday, and it's fucking horrible. I can actually see the sun trying to shine through though, but the weather in the valley doesn't reflect this. Bit of a hot day. It's on a water run. Fire's on. A couple of games of cards. How's that?
Good. Very efficient.
So he's had to brave the weather for a nature stop. Pretty nasty out there. We just went out right on last light for a little look after sitting in the hut all day in the rain. It looked like a little chamois bounding across the river, and then I don't know if our wind was going downstream and then off up the scree face. Not enough light to shoot, we didn't take the gun, we just went for a look. And now we're both completely wet and trying to dry off next to what little firewood we've got left. So all in all, I think 2 meat animals and 1 bull we couldn't recover. But there's Tahr here. You've just got to find them. Yeah. Would I come back? Yes. Would I go to another new spot to try? Also yes. Cool as. Pretty cool for our first East Coast hunt. Cheers. It's waiting for the chopper to show up, and it's snowing on us. We kind of wanted a bit of snow all trip. And it's on the last day. It's pretty cool. You see the hills behind us.